Hey, everybody. Welcome to Jimmy's Little Corner, the coolest corner in the whole wide world. I'm doing my part for recycling. Got it right here. Sometimes I just don't feel like drinking a Stein's worth of Pepsi. I will be going to the bathroom a lot. But these things are kind of cool. They're not waxed paper. So these cups last a long time. I believe that's really one of the best things you can do to recycle. Okay, anyway. You know, one of the funniest things to watch when I go outside is the lizards. And one of the most horrible things to watch are the cats. Now, what I'm getting at here is, as far as the lizards go, walk out there at certain times of the year and they're locked. Their mouths are locked together. And they're just funny. They're not letting go. They're circling each other. And they're puffing up their throats, and then they grab each other in the mouth. And they stay there until one finally just goes over and submits. And then the other one is like, haha, I beat your ass. Now I'm going to go find that woman. And I'm going to reproduce with her. But what's horrifying about the cats is there was one time that we were taking a walk down the road, and there was this kitten about 6 months old, maybe a little bit older, but about 6 months, and being surrounded by male cats. And these male cats were all ages. They were all the way from younger male cats to older male cats, and they were all taking turns on this kitten. And you know what turn I'm talking about? It was time for Mother Nature Mother Nature said, you're going to fuck whether you want to or not. And it's horrible, but you can't separate that. You cannot interfere with nature, because nature is going to say, you're going to do this whether you want to or not. This is why you act the way you do. Nature during mating season says you will act like an idiot when it's your time to fuck. That's all it is. The meaning of life is Pepsi and reproduction. That's it. This is what causes David and Brian to hate each other when certain times happen. If Brian finds out that David's been fucking his woman, he's going to want to kill him. And this is what nature does. This is natural instincts. So when I see what's happening with this Roe v. Wade thing and with every other behavior, it's like, they're just being humans. They're just doing this. This is just what humanity does. I find it kind of weird that Clarence Thomas is the target when he's not the only one who said that, no, give it to them. But I don't want to get into that too much, because we're seeing that until it's nauseating. It's just nauseating watching this happen. Although another thing I find weird is that people are more concerned about a right that doesn't apply to them than they are about not being able to get enough food or get enough gas. The fact that it costs over $100 to fill your gas tank, or $200 to fill the gas tank, but some woman that I don't know living in a particular area of a particular state may not be able to have the abortion she requests. So it's like, I don't know, man. But the meaning of life is you're going to reproduce. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter what you do for a living. There will be jealousy between people who don't make the same amount of money, or somebody who hooked up with this. However, when it comes to reproduction, people who are going to reproduce are going to reproduce. The people who are not going to reproduce are not going to reproduce. But there is definitely one thing that is guaranteed. If you don't reproduce, you are going to have a guilt trip that can cause some people to be suicidal. You think about this, and from experience, watching people and their behavior. If you're talking about the reason that when boys become old enough, when they're reaching puberty, they're jacking off every chance they get, and there's a reason for that. They can't control it, and if they get caught, it's like one of the most embarrassing things they'll ever go through. This is the reason that girls have this feeling. It's like, I really have to hook up with this dude. I don't know why, but you know what? Once the act is over with, like with everybody, this is why. You just can find no fault in the other person until you fucking get it out of your system, and then you're guilty as hell for doing it because nature said you're going to do that. So when all this stuff is going on out there, it's just humanity being idiots because of hormones. And on another note, we really need to get some more rain. My pond is getting dry. But anyway, I'm not going to blabber on about this and about this Supreme Court thing. It's just human natures. The ones who are going to reproduce will reproduce. The ones that don't will be guilty, will feel guilty for not being able to, or for aborting, or for whatever. That guilt will happen at one point or another. It's what makes people act like idiots. It's what makes lizards lock each other. And it's what makes kittens get gangbanged. All nature. That's the whole point of life right there. So drink Pepsi and enjoy the fact you're alive. And when it comes to your time to fuck, you're going to act like an idiot. It's just the way it is. So y'all have a good one. Keep listening to your friends. WJIM.